In this video, we are going to take a look at rounding. Our main focus in class is to always understand the why and how of math. When rounding, we are really asking students to find an easier number to visualize and manipulate that is nearby the number they're working with. By making this understanding the foundation of rounding, students will be able to more effectively round later down the line. For example, you may spend $78.14 at the grocery store. When you think about it or discuss it with somebody else, you're likely to say that you spent about $80. Many people do this because 80 is a close number to your actual total that is easy for you and others to visualize. We want to use this same language and thinking with children, rather than abstract rules and vocabulary that is not carried into actual life. So now, for the reason you are really here. How am I actually teaching this in class? To show students this, I create a visual construct called a number line. In the middle of the number line, I'll put the number that we're dealing with. For instance, today, let's deal with the number 34. So the first thing I might say is that we are looking for the nearest 10 to the number 34. It is important that students understand this means that we are looking for a number that is close by and has no ones, just groups of 10. From here, I will ask what they think are some nearby numbers that fall under this description. The two that are closest are the numbers 30 and 40. From here is a matter of seeing which number is closer. For instance, 30 is only 4 away from 34. 40 is 6 away from 34. We know that 4 is less than 6, so 30 is our nearest 10. I may also talk about with students how 4 is less than 6, and we would prefer to walk 4 miles in the desert than 6 miles, or some sort of example like that. What's great is this thinking works just as well when you work with numbers in the hundreds. Let's start with a number over 100. Let's say the number 134. For rules when looking for the nearest 10, students get confused once you work with numbers larger than 100. They know that they are looking for two numbers with just tens, but then there's hundreds in there too. So, they get confused and they might panic. What are they supposed to do? The important thing for students to see here is that the hundreds place is actually made up of tens as well. And so right here, altogether, you have 13 tens, because 100 is made up of 10 tens, and then there's 3 tens there. Now, explaining this can be quite difficult, but if students have worked with place value and have a strong foundation in math, over time, they'll understand this. So now we just look for the two nearest tens. The two nearest tens are 140 and 130. Because you have 13 tens here and 14 tens here. No rules are broken, and you're showing that you really understand the numbers, not just the rules. Memorizing the rules is often what causes the most confusion. So once again, you look to see that 130 is 4 away from 134, and 140 is 6 away from 134. You know that 4 is less than 6, so 130 must be closer. So rounding 134 to the nearest 10 would be 130. These strategies help students make sense of why and how to round numbers, rather than just giving them rules to memorize in their head. These strategies should eventually be something that students can do mentally, because they'll start seeing a pattern. Let's do one more example without me rambling constantly. Draw a number line, and we're going to round the number 68 to the nearest 10. We know that the two nearest 10s to 68 is the number 60 and the number 70. From here, it's as simple as saying that 60 is 8 away from 68, and 70 is 2 away. I know that 2 is closer than 8 because 2 is less than 8. So 70 is the nearest 10.